So here you will do most important viva questions, and these are really important. SI unit of conductivity, Simon. Use of Kirchhoff's laws to Kirchhoff's law का यार use क्या है आपको ये भी पूछा जा सकता है. To analyze, so you have to analyze complex electric circuits and find unknown current and voltage. Principle of Kirchhoff's law: conservation of energy loop rule, conservation of charge junction rule, conservation of energy loop rule, conservation of charge junction loop. To open or close an electric circuit. sorry. To open to open or close an electric circuit, to open or close an electric circuit controlling the flow of current. Simon per meter किसका यूनिट है कंडक्टिविटी का. ऐसा यूनिट ऑफ कंडक्टिविटी साइमन पर मीटर. साइमन ऐसा यूनिट कंडक्टिविटी साइमन per meter. To analyze complex electric circuits and find unknown current and voltage. Principle of Kirchhoff's law: conservation of energy loop rule, conservation of charge junction rule. To open or close an electric circuit controlling the flow of current. States explains Snell's law. It said that ratio of the sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is constant for equal medium. For two equal medium. What is least count? The smallest value that can be measured accurately by an instrument. What is the least count of a given meter? It depends on the meter. Generally, it is the value of smallest division on its scale. Generally, it is the value of smallest division on its scale. Function of switch: to open or close an electric circuit controlling the flow of current. So let's say the ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the ratio of sine of angle of refraction is constant for two equal medium. Okay. What is least count? The smallest value that can be measured accurately by an instrument. The smallest value that can be measured accurately by an instrument. What is least count? The smallest value that can be measured accurately by an instrument. What is least count of a given emitter? It depends on the emitter. Generally, it is the value of smallest division on its scale. Generally, it is the value of smallest division on its scale. Principle of meter bridge. Based on principle of Wheatstone bridge, where the ratio of resistance is equal, like P by Q is equals to R by S. What is least count? The smallest value that can be measured accurately by instrument. What is unit of resistance? Ohm. Unit of conductance? Simon. Okay. What is Wheatstone bridge and its principle? A circuit to measure unknown resistance based on balancing two voltage. A circuit to measure unknown resistance. Conductivity की Simon, resistance की ohm. Define 1 ohm. Resistance when 1 ampere flows through a current. Resistance when 1 ampere flows through the 1 ampere current flows through a conductor with a potential difference of 1 volt. Difference between rheostat. Rheostat varies resistance continuously by अच्छा rheostat में resistance varies. Rheostat varies resistance continuously while resistance box provides fixed resistance. Identify and bring a rheostat. What is the middle piece of it? The middle piece is slider or wiper to use to adjust resistance. The middle piece. Resistance directly proportional to the length of wire. Resistance is directly proportional to the length of wire. Principle of meter bridge based on Wheatstone bridge principle. To find unknown resistance by the ratio P by Q is going to focal length change in water for a convex lens. Focal length change in water for a convex lens. Focal length increases because the refractive index difference decreases. Device with maximum resistance voltmeter. When a galvanometer behave as voltmeter, when connected in series with high resistance, when connected in series with high resistance, light form prism versus glass slab. Dispersion occurs in a prism due to its shape. No dispersion in glass slab because the emergent beam is parallel. What is p-n junction? A junction between p-type and n-type semiconductor. How is p-n junction formed? By doping adjacent regions of semiconductor. ठीक है, what is p-n junction हो गया हमारा? How is p-n junction formed? By doping adjacent region of a semiconductor with p-type and n-type impurities. So मैंने आपको लिए थोड़ा और क्वेश्चन निकाले हैं. That's why I'm trying to take a screenshot, okay? फिर हम ये भी करेंगे. ठीक है, p-n junction, a junction between p-type and n-type semiconductors. Okay, निकाल दी मैंने. How is a p-n junction formed? By doping adjacent regions of semiconductor with p-type and n-type impurities. A junction between p-type and n-type semiconductors. Dispersion occurs in prism due to its shape. No dispersion is flat because the emergent beam is parallel. Frequency of AC means 50 Hz in India. Difference between EMF and potential difference. EMF is the total voltage when no current flows. Potential voltage is the voltage across 2 points. And EMF is the total voltage when no current flows. Potential difference is the voltage across 2 points in a circuit. What is knee voltage? Knee voltage is the threshold for diode conduction. Breakdown voltage is when a diode conducts in reverse. When a diode conducts in reverse. Knee voltage threshold. Depletion layer and potential layer. Depletion layer is charge free layer. Potential barrier is the voltage across it. Depletion layer is the charge free layer. Charge free region. The potential barrier is the voltage across it. Drift velocity. Average velocity of no. Different velocity is the average velocity of electrons in a conductor under an electric field. Source of X-rays produced when high speed electrons hit a metal target. Heat waves, infrared radiation emitted by hot objects. Barrier potential, the built-in potential across the PL junction. Convex mirror in rear view mirrors, they provide a wider field of view. Prism formula. ठीक है. Transformer principle in electromagnetic induction, voltage transformation depends on turns ratio. Okay. Barrier potential, the built-in potential across the PN infrared emitted objects. Convex mirrors or real view mirror, they provide a wide. ठीक है, तो can you wait for a second? What are ohmic and non-ohmic resistance? है ना? यार. Ohmic resistance obey Ohm's law. Metals like Cu, aluminium, Ag at low temperature, which obeys Ohm's law. Metals like Cu, Al. Non-ohmic resistors do not obey Ohm's law. Diodes and transistors. Give common example of non-ohmic. Vacuum tube diodes, semiconductor diodes, and transistors. Name some substances whose resistance decreases with increase in temperature. Silicon and germanium. What are the factors affecting resistance? Resistance depends on length, cross-sectional area, material, and temperature of the conductor. What is conductance? The reciprocal of conductance denoted by C. The reciprocal of conductance. The reciprocal of resistance. Okay, unit Simon. What is the condition for Wheatstone bridge? A Wheatstone bridge is balanced when P by Q is equals to R by S. Will the interchange of cell and galvanometer affect the Wheatstone bridge? No, it does not affect the balance condition. When is a Wheatstone bridge more sensitive? When all four resistance are of same order of magnitude. What are the advantages of Wheatstone bridge? It is a null method, unaffected by extra resistance, highly sensitive to small changes in resistance. What is galvanometer? An instrument for detecting weak. Galvanometer. It is a device used to detect and measure small electric currents. Why the galvanometer scale have zero in the middle? To allow deflection. On both sides of zero. Do galvanometers have positive and negative terminal? No. The pointer deflects either side of zero. No. Why are galvanometer scale division equally placed? Deflection is directly proportional to the current passed. Making the scale uniform. Directive deflection is proportional to the current pass. Define the figure of merit of a galvanometer. The current required to produce one scale division, ampere per division converter. That's K basically. Figure of merit, the current required to produce a one division deflection. The current required to produce one division deflection. The current required to produce one division deflection. The current required to the current required to produce a one scale deflection. The current required to produce a one scale deflection. Define current sensitivity of a galvanometer. Deflection per unit current. Deflection is proportional to the current passed, making the scale uniform. Why does the galvanometer scale have zero in the middle? To allow deflection on both sides of zero. What is a galvanometer? And it is an instrument used to detect and measure small electric currents. Why is the Wheatstone bridge most sensitive? When all four resistors are of the same order of magnitude. Will the interchange of the cell and galvanometer affect the Wheatstone bridge? Balance? No. It does not affect the balance condition. A Wheatstone bridge is balanced when P by Q is equals to R by S. What is conductance? The reciprocal of resistance. So there is a situation, agar aapka and the teacher really asks you that, okay, you are in class 12th. So now tell me about that. What is physics? हो सकता है ऐसा कंडीशन जब मुझे एंजाइटी होती है ना ठीक है। तो यार अगर आप जैसे आप गए एग्जाम में कुछ और फिजिक्स बोलना, फिजिक्स इज द ब्रांच ऑफ साइंस दैट स्टडीज द प्रॉपर्टीज बिहेवियर एंड इंटरेक्शन ऑफ मैम इतना सारा थोड़ी बोलेंगे हम, इतना को रटेंगे क्या, चाहते हो क्या? अरे यार ऐसे बोल देना, फिजिक्स इज द स्टडी ऑफ मैटर एनर्जी एंड इंटरेक्शन, मैटर एनर्जी एंड इंटरेक्शन, बस। कि नहीं होगा इस प्लीज वेट, मेरे को रिकॉर्डिंग भेजना। तो देखो 4 एक्सपेरिमेंट्स हैं शुरू के, तो 4 में से 4 जो होंगे एक्सपेरिमेंट उनमें से एक आएगा, उसको एक करना है चारों में से, एंड वी डोंट नो कौन सा आएगा, और जो बाकी के 4 हैं तो बेसिकली 8 है ना, तो जो बाकी के 4 हैं उसमें से भी एक आएगा। यू हैव टू डू 2 एक्सपेरिमेंट एंड 1 एक्टिविटी। सॉरी गाइस, but I always help people, no one helps me all the this reciprocal of resistance. Let's see मेरे को कब जाना है स्कूल। ओके ठीक है, it is an method and no that defeat the point, no ma'am. Why are galvanometer scale division equally placed? Deflection is proportional to the current pass, making the scale uniform. बोला मैं दोबारा क्यों कर रहा हूँ रिवीजन करने। The current required to produce a one division deflection, deflection per unit current. Why isn't galvanometer suitable as an emitter? Galvanometer suitable as an emitter because it has high resistance, lower current capacity, high resistance, lower current capacity, unsuitable for large resistance currents. How is galvanometer converted into by connecting a low resistance shunt in parallel? What is the full name of a meter? What is the full name of a meter? Ampere meter. Can the range of voltage be changed? Can the range of voltmeter? Can a range of voltmeter be changed? Yes, by adding a high resistance in series to increase the range. Can the range of an emitter be changed? The range of emitter can be changed by using a lower shunt resistance. Can a moving coil galvanometer detect AC current in a circuit? Why? No, because it measures the average current. 0 over a complete AC cycle. No, because it measures. Why can a moving coil galvanometer detect AC current in a circuit? No, because it measures the average current, which is 0 over a complete cycle. Why is the instrument called sonometer? Sono means sound. A sonometer measures the frequency of sound. I not I RMS is equals to I not upon root 2. Why does DC repel? DC has constant polarity. On contact, the person acquires the same polarity and is repelled. Why does AC attract? AC polarity changes quickly. Polarity changes quickly due to time lag. AC polarity changes quickly due to AC polarity changes quickly due to time lag. The person's body acquires opposite polarity, leading to attraction. DC has constant polarity. AC has same polarity. What is skin effect? In AC, electron tends to drift towards the surface of drift towards the surface of conductor. This effect increases with frequency. What is the radius of curvature of plane mirror? Infinite. Why is convex mirror used as driving mirror? It forms virtual, erect, and diminished images, providing a wider field of view. What are paraxial and marginal range? Paraxial close to the principal. Para close to principal. Close to principals. Close to principal axis and subtending small angles. Marginal rays far from principal axis, subtending large angles. Paraxial rays close to principal axis, subtending small angles. Paraxial rays close to principal axis, subtending small angles. Paraxial close to principal axis, subtended paraxial close to principal axis, extending small angles. Paraxial close to principal axis, extending small angles. Paraxial close to principal axis. Paraxial close to principal axis, extending paraxial close to principal axis, close to principal axis, close to principal axis, subtending small angles. Close to principal axis, subtending small angles. Close to principal axis, extending 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 small angles. Close to principal axis. Close to principal axis, extending small angles. Close to principal axis, extended small angles. Close to principal axis, extended small angles. Close to principal axis, extending small angles. Close to principal axis, extending small angles. Paraxial close to principal axis, extending small angles. Close to principal axis, extending small angles. Paraxial far from the principal axis, extending large angles. Far from principal axis, extending large angles. chromatic aberration occur in mirror? No, because mirror reflects light and dispersion occurs only during reflection. No, because mirror reflects light and dispersion occurs only during reflection. How is spherical aberration removed? By using parabolic mirrors or reducing the aperture size. What is the type of eye lens? Convex. Type of eye lens? Convex. Type of eye lens? Convex. Okay. Lens maker for 1 by f is equals to n minus 1, 1 bracket 1 by 1 upon r1. Under what condition does the nature of lens change? It has surrounding medium. If the surrounding medium has higher refractive index than the lens material. What type of lens is an air bubble inside water? Concave lens. अभी हमने आई लेंस पढ़ा था वो क्या था? कॉन्वेक्स लेंस. ये देखो. ओके. पर ये जो हमारा क्या है? एयर बबल इनसाइड वाटर, ये हमारा कॉन्केव लेंस. On what factors does the angle of deviation depend? Angle of incidence, angle of prism, angle of incidence, angle of prism, material of prism, wavelength of light. Light mode. What is special about minimum deviation? In minimum deviation, the light ray inside the prism. In minimum deviation, the light ray inside the prism is parallel to its base. In minimum deviation, the light ray inside the prism is parallel to its base. In minimum deviation, the light ray inside the prism is parallel to its base. Which color deviates most? Most violet, least red. Most violet, least red. Highest जब deviates ज़्यादा होता है violet and सबसे कम red. Violet की जो होती है हमारी refractive index ज़्यादा और red का कम. ठीक है. Conduction band where free electron. Conduction में free electron, valence में band where electrons are atom. Only electrons. What is a hole in a semiconductor? A place vacant by an electron treated as a positive charge. What is doping? Adding impurities to a semiconductor to enhance its conductivity. What is forward bias and reverse bias? Forward reduces depletion layer. F and R is kind of same ना, देखो ना जब हम F बनाते हैं तो F का हम R भी बना सकते हैं. तो forward bias क्या करता है? Reduces depletion layer thickness. And reverse bias देखो जब अभी R है तो R को हम ये हटा के I बना सकते हैं, है ना. Forward bias reduces depletion layer. Forward bias reduces depletion layer thickness. Reverse bias increases depletion layer. Forward bias reduces depletion layer thickness and reverse bias increases depletion layer thickness. How is depletion layer formed? It is formed at the junction of P. It is formed at the junction of P and N type semiconductors due to recombination of electrons and holes. It is formed at the junction of P and type semiconductors. It is formed at the junction of P type and N type semiconductors due to recombination of electrons and holes. It is formed at the junction of P type and N type semiconductor. It is formed at the junction of P type and N type semiconductor due to recombination of electrons and holes. What is the principle of P-N junction diode? It allows current only in one direction, forward bias, and blocks P-N junction. It allows current only in one direction, reverse bias, and blocks in reverse bias, one direction, forward bias. What is the principle of P-N junction diode? It allows current in one direction, forward bias, and blocks in the reverse bias. Forward bias reduces the depletion layer thickness, and reverse bias increases the depletion layer thickness. How does biasing affect resistance? Forward में decrease हो जाता है resistance, और R है ना तो इसमें increase हो जाता है resistance. What are intrinsic and extrinsic semiconductor? Intrinsic pure semiconductor material, extrinsic impure semiconductor with added dopants. What is the role of shunt in a galvanometer? A shunt reduces the effective resistance. It just reduces the effective resistance. Why is red light least deviated? It has longest wavelength leading to low refraction. What is the significance of depletion region? It acts as a barrier preventing free flow of electrons in a p-n junction. It acts as a barrier preventing the free flow of electrons in a p-n junction. It acts as a barrier preventing the free flow of electrons in a p-n junction. Thank you. किरचॉफ्स के लॉ भी पूछ सकते हैं बिकॉज यही है इंपॉर्टेंट, ज़्यादा मतलब कुछ है नहीं लॉ. तो है क्या? अलजेब्रिक सम ऑफ करंट मीटिंग एट अ जंक्शन इन अ क्लोज सर्किट इज जीरो. अलजेब्रिक सम ऑफ करंट मीटिंग एट अ जंक्शन इन अ क्लोज सर्किट इज जीरो, आल्सो नोन एज जंक्शन रूल. ओके, और ये क्या करता है? लॉ ऑफ कंजर्वेशन ऑफ एनर्जी को, चार्ज को वो करता है. Algebraic sum of current meeting at a junction in a closed circuit is zero. Sir, first law is known as Kirchhoff's law, and it is also known as junction rule. Algebraic sum of current meeting at a junction in a closed circuit is zero. Algebraic sum of current meeting at a junction in a closed circuit is zero. Algebraic sum of current meeting at a junction in a closed circuit is zero. Kirchhoff's voltage law. It is known as, बताओ. What the? Algebraic sum of current meeting at a junction in a closed circuit is zero. सेकेंड लॉ को हम बोलते हैं वोल्टेज लॉ. फर्स्ट लॉ को बोलते हैं फर्स्ट लॉ को क्या बोलते हैं हम? जंक्शन लॉ. Kirchhoff's voltage law states that sum of all voltages around any closed loop in a circuit is zero. It states that in any closed part of an electric circuit, the algebraic sum of EMF is algebraic sum of product of resistance and their respective current flowing through them. This is the better definition. ये वाली अच्छी नहीं लगी है मुझे. Law conservation of energy. Okay, so this one is the better definition. It said that in any closed part of an electric circuit, said that in any closed part of an electric circuit, the algebraic sum of EMF is equal to the algebraic sum of product of resistance. The algebraic sum of EMF is equal to the algebraic sum of product of resistance and respective current flowing through them. It said that in any closed part of an electric circuit, the algebraic sum of EMF is equal to the algebraic sum of product of resistance and their respective current. It said that in any closed part of an electric circuit, it said that in any closed part of an electric circuit, it said that in any closed part of an electric circuit, the algebraic sum of EMF is equal to the EMF is equal to the algebraic sum of product of resistance and their respective current flowing through them. It said that in any closed part of an electric circuit, the algebraic sum of EMF is equal to the algebraic sum of product of resistance and their respective current flowing through them. Thank you for watching.